I'm going to guess you might have a problem with this.
I got a big problem with it. So how much street ball did he play? And the best game happened last year, Buffalo, Kansas City. Divisional game, Skip. How much street ball did he play? Did they see that? How many quarterbacks do you believe in the history of the game could have done what Mahomes did? Take a lead, give the lead. Think about how many times the game changed in the final 2 minutes of the ball game. How many guys could have done that? Okay, the year they won the Super Bowl, fall behind 24, fall behind 10 points. How much was street ball? Okay, they did. Last year they took away for first Reid. He tried to force the football. But the last 8 games, when they forced him to okay, go to your second and third options. 314 yards a game, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 71 completion percentage. What? Skip, I mean, they're getting outrageous with this now. To say now, you're going to take the highlight plays, you're going to use that against him. The plays that he runs out of the pocket and he can throw the ball 55 yards over someone's head, hit Tyreek, we use that against him. Mahomes never runs just for the sake of running, Skip. I didn't even know, we didn't know he could run like he ran until he scrambled in that championship run. And we felt like, well, hold on. It's a little unorthodox how he does it. He doesn't look like as smooth as Lamar, but he booking. He getting first down at the first down. He getting touchdowns. Now he's a 2. Skip, come on now. Even you. Okay, yeah, I know you don't. So a lot of people don't like the no-look passes, and I saw him the other day practicing the behind the back. And he's going to dial it up during the season, too. You know,
I agree.
There's a reason why he practices that, because Andy going to call a play where they swing the back out of the backfield, and my homeboy going to throw it behind his back. So in 4 starts, 1 late start as a rookie, he's 50-13. 4 conference championship games that he's played in, started. 4 Pro Bowls, and a Super Bowl MVP, and a regular season MVP. And the guy's not tier 1. I don't know what tier 1 is then. Well, there is no tier 1 quarterbacks. If Patrick Mahomes is not a tier 1 quarterback, there aren't any. Because although Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs, how many Super Bowls has he been to in the last 4 years? Mahomes has just equally as impressive.
Yep.
Equally as impressive. His record might be better than his. 4 conference championship games, same as Aaron. He's won one, went to 2 Super Bowls. And he's a Super Bowl MVP.
I will give you that.
So this notion, come on, Skip. This is ridiculous. The man's now he's a street ball player. Now he's just, I just can't with these guys. They just go overboard. They make a point like, okay, yeah, you can take his first read away, you can have some success against him. But now to make it seem like that's all he does, that he just runs around the field, just runs sideline to sideline and just throw the ball over his head. Stop.
Okay, I'm going to give you your first point, which is he's a flat-out 1 and always will be to me. And I'm not the biggest fan of my homeboy, but he ain't no 2. The arm is just too great. The athletic ability is too great. He played shortstop in high school. His father obviously pitched in the big leagues for a long time. But he's weirdly athletic because he gets a little heavy during the year, which is fine because you need the
extra
armor,
cushion,
the body armor. But when he gets rolling down the field, he can lumber.
Yeah.
And he's got some speed to him because he has athletic ability. So in the end, my issue is the crux of this issue is the only reason he's been overrated is that, as another one of this another anonymous quoter here, a defensive play caller said, if Mahomes has a quote-unquote flaw, I do not think he is the greatest at diagnosing. And I don't either. I've said that from the start. He has great feel for his weaponry, especially those 2 guys. And I do think he's going to miss Tyreek. And I'm fascinated to see how he and Andy figure out how to make it happen, make it work, make it explode with no Tyreek. Because the defensive play caller also says it's like they play NBA ISO ball, and they just try to get enough space for one matchup on Kelsey or one matchup on Tyreek where they will just beat your brains out with whoever is getting singled or just flat out getting open.
Right.
And Patrick has been not good. He's been great at isolating that matchup and getting them the football on time.
But, Skip, that's what you try to do. You try to get your ball to your best player. What do you think Green Bay's trying to do? You think they're trying to clear it out for Lazard? You think they was trying to clear it out for Valdez-Scantling? They're trying to get the ball. They're trying to get it isolated to get it to Devontae Adams. That's why they call them number ones. You got a number one wideout in Tyreek. You got a true number one tight end in Kelsey. Yes, I'm going to try to diagnose, put them in situations where they can be successful because I know what they can do when they get the ball in their hands.
But I'm talking rare speed in Tyreek.
Oh, yeah.
Rare speed for a tight end in Kelsey.
Yes.
Rare speed and athletic ability.
Yes.
Where they can play iso ball, and it is NBA-like, and Patrick has some NBA going in him. But in the end, you have to win, as you say, from the pocket.
Yes.
And I don't know that he's great at speed reading like Brady and Peyton and whoever else.
Well, a lot of that is
not that bang, bang, bang. Oh, I'll go to my third choice.
But here's the thing, Skip. Their offense is predicated on pushing the ball down the field.
It is.
Because they got so much speed. And when you have speed, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get 4 verticals. How quick can we get down the field? Because I got a guy that can throw the ball 55, 60 yards over your head. So if you don't get deep enough, I'm going to throw it over your head. Now, but you saw, Skip, everybody started playing coverage. What did everybody do? Tampa set the precedent. So Tampa said, you know what? We're going to make it.
They set the precedent in the second quarter of the regular season game at Tampa after Tyreek had gone for 203 yards in the first quarter.
Right.
The first quarter, he gets 203.
Right. They're going to say, you know what? We're not going to give you those big plays.
And that's on a pretty good corner in Carlton Davis.
Yes.
You put him on. You said, Todd Bowles said, I think my guy can equal. No, he can't. Sorry. But then the last 3 quarters, here came Tampa, and it manifests itself again in the Super Bowl.
But you look at the last 8 games when he said, you know what? I'm going to check it down. I'll take the swing. I'll take the little spot route. I'll take the short cross with Kelsey. Tyreek's not there. They're not giving Kelsey the seams. 314, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 71% completion percentage. Team scored 35 points a game. Here's something, Skip. People say there were 6 games in which he targeted Tyreek Hill 5 targets or less. The Chiefs averaged 35 points in those games. So I think Tyreek, now, they're going to miss him because that's a rare speed. Yeah, that's a rare speed. But I think Tyreek's going to miss Patrick Mahomes too.
All right, no doubt. Every time I see Tyreek talk, I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about. He's comparing Tua to Mahomes. You have no idea.
He broke his heart. It broke his heart to side with man. Bro, I know it did, bro. Bro, you took the money. It's okay. We good with it, Reid. You took the money. You good.
Thank you. Patrick Mahomes has been so blessed to be chosen and to play for Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Because he does have offensive genius to him. But Patrick has some spoiled quarterback child in him because Andy just loves him to a fault. And Andy loves to polish Andy's genius, Daddy's genius, by letting him try to get away with the Globetrotter stuff. Let's go no look. Let's go behind the back. Let's go between the legs. Let's go.
The underhand. Okay. He quit with the underhand, the shovel pass to Kelsey.
Okay. Andy's doing that for Andy's own ego. But he has somebody capable of executing those plays.
He never did that with McNabb.
No.
You look at the offense. I mean, look at this offense.
True. And yet, Andy makes us a fair point. I try to keep it fun for everybody.
Right.
I keep everybody engaged because we're going to put in new wrinkles, new crazy plot twists every week. Okay, I got that. It's just offensive to me that Patrick's actually practicing behind the back. Practicing in camp. You're practicing. It's outrageous. It's wrong. I don't think it serves you well in the long run. That's just me. And yet, I don't argue with the overall success. I only argue with last year's numbers. They were down in every category. I got you. He came on strong at the end after they started to refigure it out.
Skip, the man had, think about what you said, a down year for Patrick Mahomes.
For him, it was.
4,837 touchdowns.
Every category, by his standards, was a little down, all the way across the board. QBR, a lot down last year. He did not, by his standards, have a great year. Well, at some point, you have to clean it up a little bit, and you have to make the cut and dried plays. You have to make them consistently because Brady just lives on them.
Right.
You say dink and dunk, but listen, Tom will say, hell yeah.
Right.
Give me dinks and dunks.
But
if you give me 6-7 yards.
But that's their offense. They didn't have the speed. When you got Tyreek running 4-2, and Mecole Hardman running 4-3, and you got Robinson, and you got all these guys that can get down the field in a hurry, Skip. And plus, you don't want those guys banging with the little slot stuff, the little quick stuff, because they're going to get hurt. That's so much speed to sit down in that area. I want to push the ball down the field. So they did a great job of pushing the ball down the field. And when teams took that away, Patrick Mahomes nickel and dime, and then got you to come up, and then he threw the ball over your head. But, Skip, the mere fact that he said the guy's not a one. Skip, that should disqualify everything else that he said, because you said the guy wasn't a one. If you look at just his 4 years, 50-13, 4 conference championships, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 4 Pro Bowls, an MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. If that's not tier one, well, who is? Aaron Rodgers has the MVPs, but he doesn't have the Super Bowl appearances in that time frame. Nobody does. Nobody. The only person that can say that is Brady. That's the only guy. So, and you saying Mahomes is not a tier one quarterback with just that resume in a 4-year period? What? That's absurd.
Okay, I gave you that point. That is absurd. But it's not absurd to say that he doesn't diagnose as well as some of the other quarterbacks. He just doesn't, because he doesn't have to. He hasn't had to before.
Yeah, but
maybe next year he will have to.
But how many, Skip, think about how many 3-step drops is it? Basically, everything is a 5-step drop, because now he's trying to push the ball down the field. If you take it like Brady, Brady's pulling up with 3 steps, so yeah, you got to diagnose quick, because you got shallow cross, you got the spot route, you got the end cut. They're not doing that. They got the go ball, they got the seam, they got the backside post.
They're all going to take a little time, but he does lock in.
Yes.
Because he sees something, because he's just like salivating for
Right.
it. I got to get this ball deep to Tyreek.
Right.
And then to the first anonymous quoter's point, there are times when he'll just bail, and then he's going to make it up on the fly. I'm just going to figure something out. And whatever you want to call it, street ball, backyard football, whatever it is, he's really good at it.
Yeah.
I give you that. But over time, you can beat that, over time. So we'll see what happens. Is he going to get back and win another Super Bowl? Is he going to be a Super Bowl MVP? Well, now the clock is ticking on Patrick Mahomes starting this year, because I have never in my career seen anything like Tyreek on a football field. I've never seen anything like it.
No, you're right.
It's just, it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
I would just sit back last year, the play made against Buffalo, where he just, all of a sudden, he
Cover
takes
5,
the
2 man.
cross, and all of a sudden, he's just gone.
Splits the seam, it's over.
And he makes everybody look like they were literally standing still, and they're not standing still.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Skip, that was the best defense in football. And Patrick Mahomes threw for 378 and 4 touchdowns. And he ran, 4 touchdowns, and ran for another one? I mean, that's tier one in and of itself. Not very many guys, Skip, there are not very many guys that could have got their team with 13 seconds in field goal range. He did that. After being down with it, said, okay, Buffalo got it now. He scores a touchdown. Buffalo comes back, scores a touchdown. Oh, well. He gets in field goal range. Then he gets the ball in overtime, Skip. He goes right down the field and scores.
Hey, I told you. I never forgave Bob Stoops for punting to Tyreek Hill in an Oklahoma State Bedlam game. You just can't punt it to him. Don't punt it to him.
Punt it out of bounds.
You have to punt it out of bounds. And he beat him at the buzzer with a, whatever it was.
92-yard punt.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, because you could just see it right there before your very eyes. That's who he is.
Well, the pressure is on Mahomes this season, guys. Chiefs opening training camp this week. You know he wants to avenge that AFC Championship loss from last season.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.